So one of the things that Microsoft has made available to us is the PowerShell Gallery. That is a central repository where people can create additional PowerShell scripts, modules, commands, and share them so that we can access them and extend the capabilities of PowerShell. So let me show you where it's at. It's just at www.powershellgallery.com. There we go. Okay. Now, one thing to bear in mind, there is a bunch of stuff out here in the PowerShell Gallery. Microsoft does not quality control it. So it's kind of use at your own risk, but there are a lot of really good things, really powerful tools out here that can really simplify our lives. So let's say that PowerShell doesn't do something yet that you want it to, and we're going to pick the example of Windows updates, because PowerShell doesn't do a great job of managing Windows updates. So is there a better way to do it? So we come out to the PowerShell Gallery, and we do a search for Windows Update, and we find a bunch of things here that are available. Now notice here I can filter by what modules or scripts, by operating system, by categories, by trust information. And over here it'll show me this is a module, this is the name of it, this is who uploaded it, this is how many times it's been downloaded, when it was last updated, and a little description of it. And as you scroll through here, you'll see that we have a bunch of things that it's found, and some of it's we're getting kind of off the rails here, but that's okay. That happens. So we're going to come back up and we're going to look at this PSWindowsUpdate module right here. So this is going to show us the minimum PowerShell version, how we install it. So here's how we can install the module. It's just a simple PowerShell command, Azure automation or manual download, author, more copyright information, more details about it. Okay, so this is how I can find information in the PowerShell Gallery. Now, the install module is a commandlet that's built into PowerShell that will automatically come out to the PowerShell Gallery and look for information. So let's say that you had a system that was running a server and core without a desktop experience, so you only had PowerShell. We can still come out here on a workstation, find the command to find the module, find the command to install the module, and then you can deploy that module. So I'm going to open up PowerShell here real quick. And we're going to do this. So I'm going to open up PowerShell and Administrator, and I'm going to do install module. And if you remember, it was PSWindowsUpdate. So I'm going to install module PSWindowsUpdate. Now, something to be aware of, if you are doing this on a virtual machine that is isolated, you're actually going to need to make sure you have internet access. So you might have to move it to a switch that allows for NAT, or a virtual switch that allows for NAT, or it's an external switch that gives you direct outside access. So, and then make sure it's pulling an IP address from the DHCP server. So we hit enter, and it's going to pop up a couple of warning messages here. You're installing the modules from an untrusted repository. Well, that's true. Even though Microsoft maintains the PS Gallery, it's still technically an untrusted repository because they don't quality control everything that comes into it. But we're going to say yes, we trust this anyway. And then we'll sit here and think for a minute, and installs our module. And that's all that it takes. So the PS Gallery is a great tool to help us find more ways of extending the capability of PowerShell. And it makes it very, very simple for us to find and install the information. Then once we want to explore it, let's do a get command for module PSWindowsUpdate. I'm going to go ahead and pipe that to more. And hey, what do you know, it all fits on one screen. And then here is all the information. If the person who did the uploading did their job well, then you should have, and by the way, this one, they did do their job well, you're also going to have a bunch of help documentation. So you can run get help on any of these commands or aliases. So there you go. There is your introduction to the PowerShell Gallery.